Hello everybody and welcome. Now in this little episode we're going to mix things up a little bit. There isn't going to be a prescribed recipe to follow. In fact, this is more going to be a call for creativity. We are going to run through the pantry and the fridge, see what we can find. Come with me, let's do a pantry raid pasta salad. Now for today, there really aren't any rules. There's maybe a couple of guidelines. Just keep in mind the different textures, the flavors, and also the various temperatures of the items that you're adding as you build your pasta salad. I think that if you want to follow the recipe that I'm making in particular, this is a pesto pasta alla plancha, you're more than welcome to, but I do encourage you to try and use what you have in your kitchen right now and try and make it fun, interesting, new, and unique. So for today, walking you through what I have some pasta, I have artichoke hearts, Parmesan cheese, some raw broccoli that we're going to cook with the pasta, pesto, some cooked veggies, zucchini, asparagus, red onions, and some shrimp that I all cooked on the plancha. Let me show you how I did that. And we're outside, we have a plancha going. It's basically a big piece of steel that's been heated up. We have some vegetables on here that we're just going to be throwing on the plancha. We have some zucchini, some red onion, and some asparagus. They've been on here for about 5 minutes, so we're gonna go ahead and give them a turn and see what they look like. And a great char. Nice little crust is forming on them. So for the red onions, you can kind of move things around, but for the zucchini, you do want to let it sit and kind of get its color all in one place. Don't kind of fuss around with it, leave it alone. And these asparagus, we're just gonna kind of let sit over off to the side while they're cooking down. So it's really that simple. Just go ahead and slice up some vegetables, throw them on a very hot plancha over some hot coals in this case, but you could also use gas or any other heating element. It's gonna take a few minutes depending on how hot your source is. Look for about this coloration, set them aside and start to implement them into your meals for the week. This is also a great opportunity to use those roasted vegetables that you may have made for your meal prep for the week. I also have some sliced pepperoncinis. They add a hint of heat and some acidity to the pasta salad, which is really important, and some olive oil. Okay, so first things first, let's cook the pasta. You're gonna wanna take a pan and add some cold water. All right. Now, when you cook your pasta, imagine that you're boiling it in ocean water, not real ocean water, but you do want a heavy amount of salt. I think the ocean is at a 3% salinity rate, so we're gonna add a fair amount of salt. There we go. And go ahead and get that boiling. Water's boiling, let's add our pasta. Hello. Now the last thing that we want to do is add the raw broccoli to our pasta as it's being cooked. That's how we're going to cook it in that salt pasta water. It turns out delicious, a little al dente with the pasta. Just add it in the last 2 to 3 minutes of your pasta being cooked. So let's add our broccoli, give it a little stir, and cover. Okay, our pasta and broccoli are both done, so let's go ahead and start assembling. All right, take it off the heat and strain. Okay, there we go. Little visual effects. I'm not gonna run any cold water off of this. I do want the pasta to stay warm. It's gonna help kind of keep everything else warm. We're gonna add it to our bowl. In you go. All right, I just kind of warmed up the veggies and the shrimp just a little bit just to kind of get them warm, but they're also gonna get warm when you plop them in there. Let's add our artichoke hearts. Oh, our pepperoncinis. Don't forget about these little guys. These are sliced, oops, look at that. These are already sliced, but I am gonna give them just a little bit of a rough chop. And in they go. Now I'm gonna add my pesto. I just love pesto. And then give this a real nice mix. You can smell kind of that smokiness from the plancha. And you're done. We're just gonna kind of plate this up a little bit. At the time of filming this video, it's April 2nd. We're in the middle of quarantine here in the United States. And this is really a time when we're kind of being challenged to kind of see what we can make at home. Our creativity is being tested, and now is the time to kind of lean into that and see what you can create. Whether you want to do this recipe just as I did, or whether you want to do a brand new one. I'd love to hear what your take is on this pantry raid pasta salad. Please comment down below, let me know how it went for you. Don't forget to add your Parmesan. And voila, a finished dish. A pantry raid pasta salad just made from the stuff I had laying around the house. In this case, a pesto pasta alla plancha. Great meal for quarantine, a great meal for a quick lunch whenever you just need to get something out of your fridge, use some food that you already have. And you know, in these kind of difficult times, it's important to remember that we can still find joy and light in the food that we're eating. And I hope that you're able to find that in whatever it is that you're creating. Just remember that every once in a while, creativity is gonna come knocking at your door and beckon you to collaborate on something. What will you two make together? So with love and solidarity in our solitude, happy cooking, everyone.